So, I was gonna react to a much longer video today, but I just wasn't feeling it today. I don't know. I woke up and I was just like, ugh, I just don't feel like reacting to a video that's like 2 hours long. It's about a older drama. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But, I guess we're gonna just chill today. We are gonna look into the Creator Clash 3 cancellation. So, yeah, I mean, for those of you guys who don't know, Creator Clash 3 was canceled, and, let's just hop right into it. I don't know. Yeah.
Yesterday, Creator Clash announced that they have made the decision
Dude,
to cancel...
okay, Exate, hold on. Before we jump into this, hold up.
Yesterday, Creator Clash announced...
Exate, my guy, like, you're giving yourself an army haircut. You looked better with longer hair. Dude, you're looking like fucking Private Joker from Full Metal Jacket, dude, with the glasses and, like, the fucking military haircut and everything. Come on, dude, come on. Like, you look better with longer hair. Come on, don't shave your hair like this, please.
They have made the decision to cancel the entire event.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, like, what wound up happening is, Ian released the content cop. It was easily his worst content cop he's ever done out of his entire history of doing content cops. That was easily the worst one. And, it really backfired, like, because people just don't like iDubbbz so much, and it really just backfired. And Ian was just really, really inconsiderate about how it would affect not just Dad, aka Nathan, but also just all the other fighters in there. And eventually they just said, fuck it, this is another team's mess now. This is your mess now. We ain't part of it now. This is a sinking ship, and we have plausible deniability. They really fucked everyone over with this. And then eventually they couldn't get it together, and they canceled Creator Clash. Crazy.
This comes just a little over a week after the original event was supposed to happen, before roughly a third of the fighters dropped out of the events due to the general mishandling and the content cop.
Yes, absolutely. And also, fucking, just the content cop was a mistake. The fact that Ian thought it was a good idea to release the content cop during Creator Clash 3 is just, it's absolute insanity.
Another fighter on the now canceled event, Dad, who's been around since Creator Clash 1, also made a video where he expressed his grievances about the whole thing, saying that he tried to keep his head down and avoid drama, but now he's ended up screwed, investing tons of time and energy into this with nothing to show for it.
This is fucking insane to me. I saw this full video, by the way. If you guys want to watch the full video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. But it's a pretty difficult watch, you know? Like, Dad, aka Nathan, the YouTuber here, he put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and apparently he struggles with, like, paying rent and, like, a bunch of other stuff in his life, and that $10,000 that would have came with winning Creator Clash 3 would have came in handy, and it wound up just not really amounting to anything, because all that time he spent, it practically was wasted. Like, he pretty much wasted all this time, and it really is all Ian and Anisa's fault. Anyone who supports Ian or Anisa after this, like, it's just delusional. If you support iDubbbz and Anisa after this, like, it's just delusional. Like, they are selfish pieces of shit. They do not care about anyone else but themselves. And they're fucking disgusting people. It's really insane.
Anisa also gave a response to the cancellation, saying that the event was already failing way before the content cop even happened, instead blaming everything on lack of promotion, influencer boxing falling off, and the economy. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I just don't believe that, to be honest with you. Like, yes, the event was already failing beforehand, but you cannot blame it on everything else. If you watch Dad's video, he claims something completely different, where essentially he was saying that when he and other people were expressing concerns about it, the first thing Anisa said, I'm not even kidding, and I quote, "How could you do this to us?" Like, that is the first thing you say when people express concern about everything else. Your fighters are pretty much training their asses off, and the first thing you have to say is just projecting how you feel about it. It's fucking... the level of selfishness is insane.
To the internet versus Creator Clash's cancellation. It starts when Creator Clash themselves tweets out, "We've made the difficult decision to cancel Creator Clash. All existing PPV..."
Yeah, we read all this already. I'm gonna just skip past this. We've already read through this. All right, let's see what we got.
Go, we fucking won. Ricky Burdick replies, at iDubbbz. Just a reminder, this is your wife's fault.
Yeah, you can say what you will about Ricky Berwick, but he's not wrong. Yeah, like, iDubbbz' wife plays a huge role in this.
The Act Man replies, imagine how much better all of this would have been if Ian just allowed Sam Hyde to come to the first one.
That's not a very good take. Sam Hyde is a white supremacist, and he hates Jewish people. Just to be absolutely clear, Sam Hyde is a he's just not good for branding at all. In the slightest. So you absolutely, like, I don't blame Ian for not allowing Sam Hyde to fight. Like, that's just, I don't think this is the best takeaway to have of the situation.
This event should have been about something bigger than the egos of the creators fighting, like donating to a noble cause. Instead, it turned into a drama shit show. Very sad.
Yeah, but this wasn't because of Sam Hyde. It was because Ian released the content cop on Ethan, which I think deep down Ian thought that the content cop optically was going to do super well, but it wound up backfiring heavily, and... Like, honestly, like, Hassan thought, oh my god, we have iDubbbz. iDubbbz still has that aura that he had back in, like, 2017 or 2016 or whatever. Because iDubbbz did have, like, an aura where, like, people, like, content creators specifically, were terrified of iDubbbz. But, those days are far behind us now. So, there is no way he was going to be able to make a content cop as good as it was back then, with the way iDubbbz went now.
Sai replies,
and to be fair, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to dog whistle that, like, Ian should still be edgy. Like, it's one thing if you want to stop being edgy. I get it. Like, you know, hey, like, listen, I want to stop being edgy. I want to stop making edgy content. I made some cruel content. Okay, that's cool. You know, like, making a video just addressing that, that's fine. I don't think that was the part where Ian fucked up. The part where Ian fucked up was overcorrecting constantly, letting people walk all over him constantly. And then someone tried to pretty much, like, say, hey, the Jinx content copy did was racist because Jinx, the React YouTuber, was black or something, even though it was not racist at all. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe there were some racist dog whistles in there that I didn't pick up on. It's been a while since I've seen that content cop. But, like, the content cop itself was not racist. Like, React content was a problem back then. Even though Jinx was one of the big faces of it back then, it wasn't because he was black. Just to be, like, absolutely clear. That was not the reason why people were criticizing him.
Allowing someone like Sam Hyde to join, the guy who articulates the belief of don't breed outside your race. Jesus, the Act Man.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Hyde, literally, there is a unhinged video of Sam Hyde, and, like, I saw Papa Gut react to this, where essentially the, he was talking about H-1B visas, and how the ideal vision for America, or an American as a person, is a white Christian. Like, he didn't outwardly say that, but he was hella dog whistling it in that video. That video was just tons of dog whistles. And like, when you really watch it with that understanding, you'll really start to pick up on it.
Now, I agree only if Sam was pitted against a guy that would absolutely beat the mist out of him. Then we're talking. Also, a drama shit show is one thing, but what Ian did was basically scum. Ian blew his own credibility and image to become relevant again, and that costed him.
Sure, yeah.
Creator Clash can work, but it's gotta be ran by someone else.
Yeah, and I mean, Ian tried to relinquish control of it, but that was only because shit was hitting the fan, not because he actually wanted the event to do well. He just did it because he was trying to save, him and Anisa were trying to save their own ass. Anisa really was a fucking parasite. I have a fucked up theory, but I really don't think Anisa is gonna stay with iDubbbz forever. I think there's gonna come a point where Anisa I think Anisa already knows how much of a weak man iDubbbz is, and she's probably gonna, like, leave him for, like, something else. I don't know. Like, it's fucking crazy how far they have fallen. Or Ian specifically.
To the original post, Tectone replies, laughing, and Snapdragon replies, isn't your dad a rapist? Nuxtaku replies to Creator Clash by saying, can't believe the Jews would do this. Froggy Fresh replies, what?
Wait, what was that?
Who replies to Creator Clash by saying, can't believe the Jews would do this.
I just don't even know how to reply to that. People really went mask off ever since Trump became president, huh?
Froggy Fresh replies,
crazy.
Well, Brandon Buckingham says,
I'm sure Froggy Fresh is happy about this one. Like, he's kind of just, like, laying back with popcorn in his hand, and he's just like, well, well.
Another big W in the books for Team iDubbbz. Great job, Anisa. Bisho replies, Ethan literally bullied a charity event into canceling.
No, that's not what happened at all. That's absolutely not what happened at all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a very important text message. But yeah, no, this is not what happened. Ian ran the event. He made a content cop, which was optically bad. Creator Clash 2 was also doing terribly as well. They had several hiccups, and they barely made it through that event. So the fact that Creator Clash 3 even had legs to stand on at all in the beginning, or in, like, the pre-phase of it, was, like, actually insane. Ethan had nothing to do with it, to be honest with you. Honestly, Ethan could have just done nothing and it would have been fine, but like the content cop really just backfired.
Canceling. And John Willow replies, you mean iDubbbz defended terrorist supporters until they were forced to cancel?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, like, Hassan Parker literally has terrorist propaganda live on Twitch, like, all the time, so unsurprising that people are guzzling Hassan's cum in that sphere.
Uno says charity events that didn't give a cent to charity, and over 50% of charity money went to the organizers and fighters.
I thought it was 33% that went to the to Ian and Anisa. A lot of it didn't even go to charity either. Like, they were just using charity as a front. I do know that for sure.
Charity my ass. Vito replies, all because one weirdo couldn't help but make loser tier takedown content.
Yeah, this is true. Like, I mean, it's like I've been saying, like, iDubbbz just shouldn't have made that content cop. He should have focused on the event. If he was going to do a hit piece on Ethan, he should have done it afterwards. Listen, all Ian had to do, actually, was, he had one of two options. If he really fucking didn't like Ethan, he could have waited for the event to be over and then do a content cop on Ethan. But also, if you really cared about your friend that much, like you claim you do in the content cop, which I don't even think you can call a content cop, it was never even about Ethan's content to begin with. Like, all you had to do was just say, hey, listen, we don't support unjustifiably calling CPS on Ethan's kids. They don't roll around in shit. We don't want to get too involved in this drama, but just saying we don't really support that at all. Just don't do that. That's all you had to do. That's not a hot take either, by the way. Like Ethan unjustifiably got CPS called on his home. Like, that's all you had to do.
What a disaster. And Rue says, yeah, Ethan Klein. And Vito replies, Ethan didn't make a whole ass documentary about what a bad guy iDubbbz is. And Rue says, so? The format makes no difference. He still started it and then had a massive cry when iDubbbz fired back.
No, iDubbbz, like, listen, Ethan he's went through hell to pretty much defend iDubbbz, even when it wasn't socially acceptable or popular to do so, and Ethan still was a real friend to defend iDubbbz. Like, through the fucking Anisa OnlyFans controversy that happened back during COVID, that was one example of it. But then when Ethan was getting CPS called on him and a bunch of other things were happening, Ian and Anisa were just staying silent about it because they wanted to gravitate more towards Hassan's sphere, and they were just very fucking selfish about it. Ian has time and time again proven himself to be a bad friend, and, like, Max Mofo, like, literally commented that Ian didn't go to Max Mofo's wedding because he had I think Anisa had a fucking tattoo appointment. And I'm just like, that is insane. A once-in-a-lifetime thing where your friend is getting married, depending on the friend. But, like, a once-in-a-lifetime thing to go to a wedding versus just being able to reschedule your tattoo appointment. That's fucking insane to me. That is, like, next-level loser bad friend, honestly.
Ethan made a loser tier whole ass documentary on what a bad guy Hassan is anyway, so it's pathetic that he throws a tantrum anytime anyone does the same back to him.
No, Ian was the bigger loser in this situation.
Count me out, replies the creator.
There's a lot of fucking delusional people. Like, listen, like, taking the stance that Hassan is in the right in this situation, like, it's one thing to not like Ethan Klein, but, like, Hassan and everyone within that orbit is just objectively wrong in this situation. Like, I don't even think it should be up for debate.
Clash by saying, Ian's ideology which pissed people off, attaching this image that says, my whole political stance pretty much boils down to I care about other people and the planet, and wow, does that make some people mad.
Yes, I mean, he found empathy.
Calamari replies to
empathy
Creator Clash by
maxing.
saying, all funds will be donated to charity. The charity in question.
Oh my god, the fucking lawsuit. The holy trinity of malicious reactors, we'll say. You see, I react as well, but the difference is I'm not malicious about it. I don't try to take away views. I also try to pause as much as possible because I like actually giving my opinion on videos.
Attaching this
And if you hate that, then just go watch the original video. I leave it in the description for a reason.
picture of Caseytron, Denims, and Frogan. Mickey replies to Creator Clash by saying, horrible news for the 7 people that wanted to attend.
Oh my god. Dude, this is fucking insane.
Queen in Yellow replies,
Oh god, I hate this fucking person. Pedo.
conservatives rejoicing in the replies and in their IG story.
Okay, so a couple things. One, this Twitter account is very malicious. They have provably lied about the Israel-Palestine conflict several times. They have lied about it. They actively promote disinformation, and they are a Hassan cum guzzler. Like, they are, like, probably one of the biggest Hassan cum guzzlers on Twitter. I'm not even kidding. They are absolutely batshit fucking insane. They also support terrorist propaganda as well. Like, just saying. Like, it's one thing if you want to support Palestinians, absolutely. Like, they deserve it. They're the bigger victims of what is happening to Israel by the Israeli government and the IDF. But it's another thing to promote terrorist propaganda, and that's what this Twitter account does. Also, pedo-servatives, Hassan went to a Diddy party. Under his own admission, by the way. Under his own fucking admission, he went to a Diddy party. Just saying.
NKQD says, literally everybody celebrating this is either a Sam Hyde fan or an H3 fan, or both, because the overlap on that Venn diagram these days is almost a circle.
Sam Hyde hates Jewish people. Sam Hyde hates Jewish people. What are you talking about? There's no overlap for the H3 or Sam Hyde, like, fan base. Maybe if you're talking about Sam Hyde and Asmongold, then maybe we get into a conversation. I mean, both of those fan bases are very strange, to say the least. Asmongold's probably is a little less bad than Sam Hyde's, but Asmongold does endorse a lot of what Sam Hyde says, and that's definitely very... Asmongold is not really known for his good takes, I'll say that.
Wavy Websurf quote tweets the post and says, Anisa totally owned those incels.
Damn,
GG.
got
And
him.
Atuka replies, owned so well she ruined her own event. Tubbo, one of the fighters on the card, quote tweets Creator Clash and says, well, shit. 100,000 likes and I'll host it myself.
Honestly? It would have been funny to see Ethan just like buy out the Creator Clash event and then host it himself. That would be like next level petty. Like, Ethan is so petty, it's definitely something he would do. It's absolutely something he would do. But I don't know.
Midas replies, you can still do it, bro. There's always the Waffle House parking lot.
The Waffle House parking lot's insane.
Billy Mitchell quotes Creator Clash and says, fine. I can see that iDubbbz 2025 is officially an even bigger L than Carl Jobst's. Also, he finally did it.
God, don't we love Ian's profile? This is unrelated to Billy Mitchell's tweet, but Ian's profile picture where he literally... Dude, I don't know. When he shaved his head and he got, like, all the tattoos all over him after he made the content cop, I don't know. It gets to a point where there's too many dog whistles, especially with the sword hilt looking like a swastika. It gets to a point, even if it's unintentional, it definitely gets to a point where maybe it was a anti-Semitic dog whistle. I don't know.
Showing that iDubbbz has blocked him. Willie Mac Show quote tweets Creator Clash and says, so all the time and personal money creators put into this, money lost because they had to train instead of work, all of that went to waste. This entirely lands on Ian and Anisa.
100%, yeah. Common Willie Mac W.
What losers? And Boblax replies, after how CC2 went...
Oh my god, Boblax, get a new profile picture. What are you doing? Get a new profile picture. Come on now. Come on, Boblax. What are you doing?
Investing and trusting in Ian/Anisa again was a huge risk for all of the fighters, but it chose to give them the benefit of the doubt and do CC3 anyways, and this is how they're rewarded with content cop drama and the event's cancellation. What a shit show. And the ad replies to Boblax by saying, the fuck is that?
I promise I didn't pre-watch this fucking video. I did not pre-watch this. I promise that.
Profile pic. Harley Morenstein quote tweets Creator Clash and says, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Maybe. Or maybe it was a drag to get through regardless, because a lot of the fighters tried to keep their head up, especially Dad. Like, props to Dad for, like, aka Nathan. he soldiered through it. Like, he never spoke publicly about all the shortcomings of Ian and Anisa. He always kept his head up. He always tried to just prepare for the fight. But he finally spoke publicly about it when fucking Ian and Anisa decided to really fuck up this event, and then they wound up getting it canceled. It's fucking insane to me.
Franklin replies, "Congratulations on killing the event."
What the fuck? No! Blame Ian and Anisa. What are you talking about? What? Fucking dude, people on the internet are so dumb. This is actually like one of the most delusional fucking takes you could have on this situation. If you think the fighters are responsible for the event getting canceled, that is objectively just a delusional take to have. I'm sorry, it just is.
And Harley says, "I guess I shouldn't have made that video burning a bridge with the previous event's biggest promoter. My bad, totally."
Yeah, pretty much.
Bad. He then makes another quote tweet saying, "People are acting like I'm the CIA and I toppled Creator Clash. In reality, I'm more like Richard Jewell, who just pointed out the bombs."
That's a good analogy. Yeah. Honestly, Harley has always been an OG. I've enjoyed Epic Mealtime back in the old days of YouTube. He's always just been an OG. Shout out to him.
And Ryan Crate replies, "Last name's not helping, bro." And Harley says, "Gotta be less cryptic with what you're trying to say. Be brave. Say what's on your mind."
True. I'm a firm believer of saying what's on your mind. Fuck dog whistling. Fuck trying to, hide what you think. Just say what you think. Fuck it. Say it with your chest.
And Ryan replies, "You're a Jew, Harley. It's not a diss. You will be fine."
Okay, this guy's obviously just being fucking anti-Semitic for no reason. Welcome to Twitter, I guess.
Turkey Tom
You shouldn't interact with people like this. They have a blue check mark and they're obviously just doing it for attention. Like, don't fucking pay any mind to them.
quote tweets Creator Clash with this image that says, "Something happened?" Peach Jars quote tweets the post and says, "Oh no." Anyways, Rock Solid quote tweets Creator Clash and says, "Idubbbz is probably the most cucked YouTuber alive."
What is this? Help me manage my boxing event. Budget 300K. Ring 10K. Talent 50K. Anti-Sam Hyde Task Force 300K. Venue 25K. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right.
And it's a 4chan post saying, "Help me manage my boxing event." I had $8,000 from Sam Hyde. Ethan Klein also responds to the Creator Clash cancellation, where he says, "I'm so proud of the legacy you left behind. Truly inspiring stuff."
God, Ethan is so petty. One thing I will say, Papa Gut pretty much has the same take, and I generally agree with him, is that, you shouldn't, Ethan should probably care a little more about optics. He's just so fucking petty. He'll do anything to get, like, a petty jab in, but, optically it may not look the best. It looks like you're always starting shit. Even though he is in the right for most of the feud that's been going on this year, even though he just is in the right, and people were unjustifiably calling CPS on him.
Then one of the fighters on the card, Dad, who has been around since CC1, makes his own video about the situation, and Beazle posts a clip of it with the title, "Ian and Anisa need to give this man an apology."
Because I'm upset. It sucks.
You have every right to be upset, Nathan.
I put my heart into this. I got freaking beat hard this year, harder than I ever had. And I thought, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna train like a freaking professional.
God, this video was such a tough watch, man. I feel so sorry for Nathan, to be honest with you. He got fucked over so hard. God, I think after watching this video, I actually think I hated Ian and Anisa after this. Like, I actually legitimately just fucking hate them. Because they are such selfish people. They just do not care about anyone around them but themselves. It's so fucking... They're just inconsiderate dog shit.
Keep my head down, avoid this drama, and now here I am, screwed.
At this point, I just started getting too worked up, so I'm not...
No, it's a reasonable crash out. I would have played the whole thing. This was a very valid crash out.
Now just ending the video. When I filmed this, I just sort of spilled my guts and got kind of worked up. Then I remembered more things I wanted to say, and I tried to compose myself a little bit better, so the video's a bit wild. The last thing I want to say is that I always tried to be respectful of them, publicly and personally, when I was talking to them.
Even though they didn't deserve it, you still were respectful, and it says a lot about your character, Nathan.
Always given them the benefit of the doubt, and never really wanted to place blame on them or anyone. And then it turns out they were just talking trash about me behind my back.
That's insane, too. I forgot about that, right? They were talking badly about Nathan behind his back during the event as well. Fucking insane. How much of a pathetic loser do you have to be to have someone who's willing to make your event work out. They train leading up to your event to make sure it does well, to make sure he puts on a good show for everyone attending there, to make sure it does well. And he pretty much put his heart and soul into leading up into this event just for Ian and Anisa to not only talk badly about him, but then to fuck him over by relinquishing control of Creator Clash. There's no justifying this. There just absolutely is no justifying something like that. Period. Like, it's just, there's no excuse for it.
Ian's coach said on H3 that they used to say I was weird and talk trash about me, and then I also heard the same thing from Froggy Fresh 2 years ago. I don't care if people think I'm weird, because I do make weird videos.
Who cares if people think you're weird, man? Other people are fucking weird, dude. Anyone, like, if you call someone else weird, 9 times out of 10, you're probably weird yourself, you know?
Like being different and unique. I'm used to people saying I'm weird. I was just very surprised that it was happening by 2 other creative people. I thought they were like me, and I didn't expect them to make fun of me.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing when you have, like, just a random stranger saying, like, hey, that dude's kind of weird. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit, but it's like, it is what it is. It's a random stranger. But when it's people running the event, that's a completely different story.
Being different. I thought that was the point of Creator Clash, was to gather the unique people and put them in a boxing ring. I guess not.
And Fortnite Enjoyer replies, regardless of what you think of Nathan, he did not deserve to be shafted by these fucking snakes. And Dad's full video will be linked in the description. It's 20 minutes long, so obviously I can't play it in its entirety, but if you want to check it out, it is down there below. But Kaza posts the video on the r Creator Clash subreddit, and Affectionate Scar replies, he's so sweet and genuine. They all deserved so much better than this shit show. It's crazy how all the people in charge suck so bad when every fighter I've gotten to know more about through this is a lovely, earnest person doing their best.
Wow, an actually good Reddit take? Holy fuck. Never thought I'd see the day.
It's so funny in retrospect how they said Anisa was so involved with the fighters she'd be on the phone with them constantly. We only ever hear about her making unhinged calls to them over personal grievances. Dad also went on Lolcow Live and talked about some of his experience, which again the full VOD will be linked in the description, but a parody Anisa
I didn't even know he went on Lolcow Live. That's interesting.
Account quote tweets the original Creator Clash post we looked at earlier and says, so are you actually going to pay a dad what you owe him? Nathan Burnett trained relentlessly for this boxing event, so hard that he ended up with pinched nerves and he literally sees spots. And he did all of this at 44 years old. He pushed his body to the limit because he needed this event, because the little money he'd make from it was meant to support his girlfriend. And now it's all for nothing? You should all be ashamed.
True. From the fake Anisa Jamha Twitter account.
Attaching this clip from the Lolcow Live interview.
Now I'm in YouTube boxing, A, because it's fun, and I only have a few more years left in it because I'm getting older, and it's like something to do as a life achievement. And B, because it's the only thing that's kind of really giving me some cash, because like YouTube money is so low.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it really do be like that sometimes.
When I look back on it all, I'll be happy. I'm actually going to be applying to be a garbage man in LA in the next.
I mean, garbage men do get paid a lot in the US. Like, it is one of those, it is a high paying job. It's surprisingly. So it does make good money. Well, best of luck, Nathan. It's actually it's a lot more of a respectable job than you guys think.
The week. I have the website open on my browser over here.
What?
I need to make money, so I'm gonna be a garbage man. I'm gonna see if they'll like let me do it 2 days a week, but I have a feeling because all the listings say like 40 hours a week. So I'm gonna try to. I might film it too and get some content out of it, I guess. Like,
yeah, I mean, why not, right? If the job allows you to film it for content and like do it, then yeah, you can make a little extra money on the side as well by making content out of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Maybe I can double it up.
How much do you get
like,
paid?
My whole thing for me is like I'm 44. I have to box. The big reason I'm on this podcast right now is because I really want to fight on Misfits. I want to do Creator Clash 3. I'm talking to Mams yesterday. I'm trying so hard to get on the next event because I
really hope Nathan recovers from this. I think he will. Yeah, because he definitely seems like a very determined man, for sure. He definitely seems like he's very determined to get out of the any misfortune that he may find himself in. So, like, honestly, like, good for him. I'm definitely very happy for him, but still, it's just really... God, I just hate Anisa and Ian so much.
I have like this tiny window left to do this.
They really fuck everyone over here.
Nerve. I see spots now, like flashes a lot from sparring this year, and I'm like, oh my god, the window's closing.
You
and my
don't-
girlfriend, like, I really want to get a house, and I need these checks to like get that house. I want to get out of this safe and go move in a house with my girlfriend after I propose and to have a happy life. But I have to do it now. But at the same time, I don't think some of the stuff they have done has been the smartest either. Like,
No, they were terrible with this event.
putting out that video, I did say in a text to Anisa, I was like, couldn't have waited a couple months, like, and then she said it had to come out then because, but I understand that too.
It had to come out then. No, it didn't. No, it fucking didn't. She just straight up lied to Nathan here. They didn't have to release it at all. Literally all they had to do to not fuck over people in this event, all they had to do was just say, hey, listen, you know, right now, I don't agree with some of the stuff Ethan is doing, potentially. Again, that's your opinion. But also, I don't support CPS being called on his kids. And I don't support the lies of saying that they roll around in dog shit. That's it. That's all they had to do. That's all you had to do. But instead, clout is a hell of a drug. They wanted the clout from the Hassan circle, a.k.a. the terrorist sympathizer circle.
Because it's like, all right, you're passionate. The time is now. I'm inspired. I'm going to make this. I want to respond to what has been said topically. If that's what you do and you do things that are topical, I get it. That's why you want to put it out. But you also have a conflict here because you have an event.
Yeah.
And all these boxers like me I would say
What
in
she
a
said
way
to
I'm
you-
an innocent bystander, and so are all these other boxers who are like
I
I'm
would
kinda
agree.
involved in the
What
conversation.
she
Like
said
Carly
to
and I
you-
get in here and we talk.
What
But
she's
these other people don't, and
What-
they're like now suffering,
exactly.
and they haven't said anything. And
Exactly.
I feel bad
'Cause
for
it's
them. I
only-
will kind of go out and try to politely defend myself and defend the event because I love Creator Clash. I think it's amazing. The new people who are involved are all my friends. I love them. They're very successful people, and they know what they're doing. I think Creator Clash 3 is going to be great now that it has this new
Because
fresh
it's
start.
only a
Oh, man. How wrong he was. I mean, it was a very optimistic look, you know? Like, you can't be too pessimistic. You gotta be, like, a little bit optimistic, but only to a reasonable amount. I try not to get too optimistic about everything anymore, because life is gonna be full of disappointments. And I'm not trying to say that to be, like, a Debbie Downer or whatever, but...
about them.
Then Anisa responded to someone bringing up this video in her Discord.
this response was... It was full of giardia. That's what we can say.
The original video Nathan made, and Beazle tweets it out saying Anisa responds, and it's Pizza saying, Nathan's video on the situation really upsets me, honestly.
I mean, it's a very difficult watch.
And Anisa replies, I just want to make it clear that we haven't had any contact or control since we publicly stepped it down. Even though me and Ian were the faces of the event,
Yeah, nice plausible deniability, Anisa.
many people were behind the scenes making decisions together. The event wasn't doing well way before the content cop.
Probably not, but the content cop made it worse. Like, you could have focused on making the event better. Why did you think the content cop... The idea of putting a content cop at all, even then, is still not a good idea. It doesn't matter if the event was doing bad before. You're still making an active choice of not being considerate about all the other fighters fighting in the event. Instead, you're just shifting the blame to everything but yourself. And that's the problem that people have with you. You might, like, legitimately be a little bit fucking narcissistic.
Combo of many things contributed to that reality, including lack of promotion, influencer boxing being less
Oh, stop with the excuses.
popular, the economy, etc. I
The economy, my ass. Okay.
think what it boils down to is poor communication from everyone.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. This is such a slimy response. This is so gross. This is so fucking gross.
Even after we left, which is unfortunate. At the end of the day, I care about people getting paid for the money they were out for training and charity getting
No, you
their
don't. I don't even think they were paid, like, after, not only after you stepped down from the event, but after the event was canceled.
money, and both of those things were done. I really loved this event. I loved what it stood for and wanted to believe we could push through it, but it just wasn't realistic.
So why, first of all, if that was true, why did you start the event to begin with? Second of all, even if you loved the event, if you really loved it as much as you care you did, as much as you claim to, I should say, you would not have released the content cop on Ethan. You just wouldn't.
None of it was malicious.
Yeah, I just don't believe that.
Skylar
This girl is a fucking liar.
replies, odd. She claimed multiple times over the years that she was basically running it single-handedly. And Beazle says she was the glue, lol, attaching this clip from a previous Creator Clash.
Anisa, you're basically like retired from content creation, but like not really, because you're still creating this whole thing. So like what all goes into that?
Oh my god, so much. So yesterday, just to give you a behind the scenes.
iDubbbz just looking downwards with his hair down, his fucking black eyes and stuff. Black eye, not black eyes. But he's being a little Mr. Cuckerson here.
Chris Raygun's crotch
If you get that reference, shout out to you.
guard was not in his bag when he arrived at the arena.
Oh no.
So we had to solve that problem. And then Harley found out 3 fights before his that he didn't have his mouth guard in his bag. So we had to solve that problem. It's just like a lot of coordinating and kind of like, I think the best way to describe what I do is like I'm the glue that kind of just like needs to be wherever it needs to be to like.
This makes the context of Creator Clash 3 so much worse. Because this is a clip from Creator Clash 2. This just makes it so much worse. And it also completely fucks up her entire Discord message that she sent earlier about the failure of Creator Clash 3 being part of multiple things. This completely contradicts that entirely.
Stick things together and also care about the fighters and check on their progress.
It's just crazy how people that want to be in Hassan's orbit are just so like they are so comfortable with just lying endlessly for no reason.
Like I do the matchmaking, so like I'll like look at how they're sparring and like look at, you know, how things are going. I'll put fight order up. Like the fight order was my fight order. I'm pretty proud of it this year. I think it went really well.
I think the order of the fights is perfect.
Willie Macshoko tweets her original response by saying, Anisa's response to Dad exposing Creator Clash and how every single person involved was screwed by the Joma's incompetency. The event wasn't doing good before the content cop and the economy was bad.
Yeah. I'm sure but I mean, I think there's a level of it where, like I said earlier, I think Ian deep down thought that the content cop was going to be a slam dunk on Ethan. Because historically, most of his other content cops have been slam dunks in history. But it's been a while. The last content cop Ian had made before the Ethan one was back in late I think it was either September or October. I think it was October 2017. So it had been like 7.5 years since the last content cop that we saw. And so he probably thought this is going to be a slam dunk. It's going to hit as hard as it was, but it was different times back then. Nowadays, yeah, things are different. The atmosphere is not really good for those kind of content cops, I'll say. Cameron F35 is the rightful new content cop. A star is born, as Papa Gut would say.
Lol. Dojingles replies, she has literally never said I'm sorry to anyone once.
No, it's fucking insane how she will pretty much shift the blame everywhere else but herself. I fucking hate people who do that shit, who never take responsibility for fucking anything. It is insane. There are so many people who just don't want to do that.
Anna says, the economy was bad is killing me. Chris the Narc quote tweets Beazle and says, ah yes, it's the economy's fault everyone didn't trust Creator Clash after the second event. A masterful play by Ian's wife.
Surely.
Ethan Klein then responds to this DM by Anisa, where she mentions everyone wanting to get paid, by saying, paying Alina the $15K you owe her would go a long way. And Beazle captions it, I would love it if Anisa had to write a check to Ethan Klein for covering Alina's training. Absolutely diabolical. Yeet also tweets out a clip of Ludwig weighing on the situation.
God, not this piece of shit. I don't really care what Ludwig has to say. Ludwig is just I just don't care about what any of this guy has to say. He very clearly doesn't care about anything he talks about.
With the caption, Ludwig discusses Creator Clash ending, denies it being Ethan's fault, attaching this clip.
This has been dead for a while and like on life support. You know, this has been in a vegetative.
Hey, you know who else could have been on life support? Mango at your party from all that alcohol he had. Just saying.
state. So it is, I think, ultimately the right call that they canceled it. Because if they had gone through with it, I think it would have done so bad. Ethan Klein did it. Okay, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but I do think
he's so scared of getting canceled. He's so fucking he pretends not to be. The thing about Ludwig is he pretends to not be audience captured, but every time he talks, like now with this newfound lens that I have, it's very easy to see that he doesn't want to piss off either side. He's so, like, he's very audience captured by, like, both perspectives. It's fucking crazy.
iDubbbz posting the content cop was one of the dumbest moves ever. Straight up. That was crazy. I think it was not considerate of how many other people would be dragged into the situation who don't give a fuck and just want to fight. You know, make that video when Creator Clash isn't happening, I would say. That makes no sense to me. It did not help the event whatsoever. It hurt the event. Yeah, I mean,
I think it was one of the main reasons the event fucking got killed. I'm gonna be honest. That content cop was probably the main reason.
no one went to bat but Hassan for him. But like also Hassan's audience.
Hassan probably doesn't even care about Ian or Anisa. I don't even think he cares that much about them. They kind of just like was able. He thought he was gonna benefit off of it, but it like massively backfired and fucked him over. And so I think Hassan optically probably wouldn't even want to associate with Ian as much.
Isn't watching fucking boxing events. What is that?
Because, like, you could say what you will about Hassan, but he cares just a little bit about optics, a little more than Ethan does. He's still very fucking unhinged, and his fan base is rabid as hell. Extremely rabid. Like, I would say they're rabid extremists. But, yeah, no, I mean, he cares just a little bit. He'll put, like, a little bit of effort into optics, a little more so than Ethan will.
That's not, I don't know. At some point, you have to realize you're operating a business, and I mean, you have to make the call. Like, what's more important, is the business or you know, making the videos you want to make, which is like,
it's really interesting coming from you, Ludwig, considering you like a week or two ago were literally running an event and you weren't considerate for any fucking person that was at your party while Mango was getting drunk and he was multiple times sexually harassing several people there. It's really interesting coming from you, Ludwig.
your own call to make, but anyway, I'm kind of sad about it. I won't lie.
Heel replies.
Whatever.
Rare Ludwig W.
Rare Ludwig W. I don't even care to give this guy W's. This guy's a fucking loser. I don't care.
Grizzly says, time for Hassan to write a disappointed DM to him. Dragon Ball fan account also posts this Ludwig clip on the H3 Productions subreddit. And Yeet My Meat 6966 replies, Ludwig just had a Grinch moment, but instead of his heart growing, it was his spine.
I still don't think he has a spine. He was still pretty spineless in that clip. I mean, if you go back in the clip, I'm not gonna fucking replay the clip. I don't care to go back. You could just go back and rewind yourself, but you can literally see how spineless he is and how too scared he is to get canceled by like one audience or another.
And Fire Ambassador replies, wonder if the whole Mango situation, among other things, made Ludwig realize extreme fin-sitting was doing more damage to his reputation than just keeping it real sometimes. Creature FT replies, who's betting they're gonna call Ludwig a Zionist? And
probably. I mean, Zionist is a buzzword. I mean, like, listen, Zionism, we could have a whole conversation about it. I'm not gonna get into all of it in this video. But, like, Zionism is, like, an extremist ideology. It originally came because there was just so much anti-Semitism, not just in the Middle East, but in the world. And I'm not saying that makes the ideology okay. It's definitely an extremist ideology, 100%. But, yeah.
Even though
the point I'm trying to make is that it's a fucking buzzword, and Hassan's community, if you say that Israel has a right to exist, then they'll call you a Zionist just for that alone. It's fucking insane, dude. It's very, very unhinged rabid dog behavior.
He says, he already angered Frogan by donating 10k to her charity but not sharing it. Hassan likes the mainstream normie connections he gets from him and Cutie, so I think they won't turn on him that easily. The Rivia Witcher says, wow, his chat is deranged.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Hassan's chat is deranged.
And Mr. Blue Pumpkin replies,
or is he talking about Ludwig's chat? I don't know. I think it was Ludwig's chat, actually. Maybe they're both unhinged. I know Hassan's chat is very fucking unhinged. During the debate with Ethan Klein, they had to put it on emote only mode because people were being so rabid there. They are a bunch of rabid dogs in Hassan's community. That's all I have to say.
the cope in his chat is so unreal. They can't comprehend any dissenting opinions. Nicholas Euro tweets out this handshaking meme showing raising $0 for charity, and CC2 and CC3 both shaking hands.
True.
Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives at Kiko, South, and Coldest Bandito. Thank you guys so much for the support. Anisa and Ethan are also going at it hard on Twitter right now, so part 2 will be coming out soon. Subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right, good stuff. Good shit, Connor. Yeah.